This video is sponsored by Vantrue. Grab yourself 10% off of any dashcam from their website using my code there, LondonCam. All links in the description below. You know it makes sense. It's your permanent eyewitness that cannot lie. Hello everybody and welcome to another video. We start this one off with going back to the last video that I did. I did say that there was a massive rip-off in London. Do avoid it. This is exactly what I said actually. I'll show you the clip where I said it. Over the left hand side you should be able to see the London Eye now. The biggest rip-off in London. So almost the biggest rip-off. I'll show you the biggest rip-off in a little while. The one that really you should stay well clear of. And I do mean that, stay well clear of. Whether you're a Londoner, whether you're a tourist, do not use it. Do not use it. But I'll show you that in a little while. Now, because I'm old and decrepit and there's bits falling off of me and there's hair growing out of places where there shouldn't be, and I was tired, I was very tired. I was editing that video for quite a long time as it was over an hour, and I was editing from 3 different cameras. I forgot to actually tell you what it was. What was the biggest rip-off in London? And I've got to say thank you for everybody that kept me on my toes and in the message section on the last video saying, well, what was it? Well, we actually drove past it. Yes, we drove past it in the last episode. We are at Buckingham Palace, by the way. Buckingham Palace is to the right-hand side. And this is where it is. This is where it was. They are all over London, but the ones that we saw in the last video was here. So I've just chopped it there, so we got a green light because we're waiting there at a red light for a long while. And I'm going to show you what they are. There's a few of them here. These things, they are the biggest rip-off. Or do you call them tut-tuts now over here? Yeah, they are the biggest rip-off in London. They will charge you £100 for a 5-minute ride. And look where they are. They're at Buckingham Palace and they do not get moved on. They are unregulated, they have no licensing, they have no insurance, nothing. And yet the police have no powers to move them on. Are you serious? Look at them all. This is Buckingham Palace. They're on the pavement by Buckingham Palace. Surely that's an obstruction on the pavement. But no, they're allowed to stay there and they're allowed to charge you ridiculous money. So please, if you're a tourist, if you're just coming to London, do not use these guys. Do not use them. You have been warned, okay? You have been warned. Do not use them. I still cannot believe that the powers that be have not got any authority to get these shot of. It's rumours has it that Sadiq Khan wants a piece of them. He wants to regulate them. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see how that works. My driving isn't great here, blocking this up. But we have got a green light here. Then people should not be crossing. As you can see up there in the corner, look, they've still got a red man. So we were being held up by people that shouldn't be crossing. But my driving wasn't brilliant. But what it brings me to is another thing that's a rip-off, or was a rip-off, was guys that used to be hanging around on Westminster Bridge selling bloody nuts with like a sugary coating over them, like a syrupy thing. And they were selling these in the cheapest plastic cups. You know, the cheapest plastic cups that you can get for about 500 for a pound from the pound shop. They were selling them for £5 a pop on Westminster Bridge. And the powers that be had no authority to move them. It took them years to go through courts and stuff like that to get the authority to move these people. It's like, how can you sell things on Westminster Bridge and the powers that be don't have the authority to get shot of them? It's an absolute disgrace. What is going on in this country?
Calm down.
Okay, so rant over for this video, maybe. There might be another one. Another law that needs to be changed is cycle lanes. When they're good like this, and they are really good here near Buckingham Palace, they should not be on the road as well. You got all that over to the left hand side and that numpty's there slowing down traffic. Yeah, there should be some sort of rule about this. I mean, yes, there are some real shitty dodgy ones, there really are, but ones around here are really good and they should be made to use them. They should also be made to stop at red lights. Look over to the left on the cycle lane. That is a red light that you just casually go through. It's odd how they just don't seem to think that it's down to them. Fair play to the ones that did wait. There will be a few more of these up here. So obviously we're looking over to the left hand side. They've got their own green light with a bike in it, and obviously they can go for a green. Pedestrians really shouldn't be crossing now, but what are you going to do? But we're looking at the lights. As soon as it changed to red, then the bikes should be stopping from both directions. Let's see how many stop and how many go through. Well, you got 3 there straight away that's gone through. 2 waiting. Not too bad, I guess. 2 waiting. Any more? Is she going to stop? Yeah, she does at the moment anyway. I think I've given the game away now. This one here just casually rides past the others. I mean, really? Now, the problem is, I have real issues with this guy here who just goes flying through the red light. If you look through the window of the Kia in front of me, you can just about see cars turning right. They're turning right on a green light. They have to wait for him because he's going through a red light. This is where it's all wrong. You watch this. All them cars turning right have to wait so he can go for a red. So I've lost count now. I wasn't actually counting. I counted the first 3, but then that was it. But we still haven't finished yet. That's the thing. The girl at the back of the queue gets a little bit bored now, so she decides to go through the red. Now, for me, you do not have to be on University Challenge to realise what's wrong here. The cyclists have got their own traffic lights. We've got our own traffic lights. They've just had a green. We haven't had a green yet. But when we get a green, their lights are still red. Can you see the problem there? They are allowed on the road. They don't have to stay in the bike lane. So obviously they are going to go on the road. Why wait at a red light when they can go over to the right and go through the green light? It doesn't make any sense, does it? And just to prove my point, here's one coming up with a lovely little flag on the back. Yeah. I better not say anything about the flag, eh? Now, obviously, the reason they have got a red light and we got a green is because we can turn left here and we will be crossing them, so it's very dangerous. But the guy with the flag here, because he's on the road, and if we wanted to turn left, he has priority, so we have to wait for him anyway. Can you see the stupidity of this now?
Calm down.
Now, in the next clip, we're in Vauxhall. I've just gone over Vauxhall Bridge where we had the MFI and MI5 and MI6 there. We're looking over to the left by the traffic lights. No surprising that there's going to be a bike that just flies through there. But I have got one of Sadiq Khan's License to Kill assassins to my left-hand side, who finds it very hard to stay in his own lane. And bear in mind that this is a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit here. And keep an eye out for the bike on the left, how much space all 3 vehicles give him. So not great driving from any of them, but that DNA guy there, he's an accident waiting to happen. So from Vauxhall to Battersea. Now this is another filming location. We are turning left and there was a famous film. You haven't got long to actually guess this one, by the way. Famous film from 1975 that was shot down here. And it's not this one. Makes you feel old though that it's 50 years old. So when we turn left, there's like a little chicane that goes under a railway bridge. That is the part of the movie that we are going to be looking at. Obviously, I can't play too much of the movie because of copyright, but they had a car chase all the way through Battersea and ending up crashing just over Tower Bridge. So the star of the film was John Wayne. No, not that John Wayne. The other John Wayne, the cowboy John Wayne. I know Jackie Chan played John Wayne in one of his Shanghai Night things, but this John Wayne we're talking about. And he wasn't on a horse. He was in, actually, a Capri, my favourite car. He was in a Capri, which he destroyed on Tower Bridge. Now, a little bit of a shout out here to Robin Key, who reminded me what the name of the film was in the last video that I did. Now, there's the railway bridge right in front of us and the little chicane that goes round it. Now, in the film in question, they go through this twice. They go through it this way and then the other way. And I will show you it from both ways as we go round this chicane that I call it here. Now, I've slowed it down a little bit here just so you can see very quickly over to the left hand side. There's one shop there, but on the corner there used to be a cafe, which is no longer there, but in the film it is. And I'm just going to show it you now. I'm slowing it down because it was really fast in the film, and as you can see how fast that Capri's going because the way it's leaning over and how much it's changed. And we'll just show you it from the other side now. That shop has changed quite a bit, and you can see the cafe a little bit better as they come back through the chicane bit and then do a right. Now we're going to be going up Latchmere Road, which is further down here. But before we do that, the reason I know this area and I know that bit quite well is because the wife used to live down there. Yeah, she's a Battersea girl, is my wife. So we're going up Latchmere Road here, and they go down Latchmere Road. This is them coming down. He's in his Capri chasing an old jag there. Yeah, very nice. The pub is still there, by the way. And yeah, and the name of the film was... Yep, Brannigan. And I will show you what he done to my favourite car of all time, the Capri on Tower Bridge that we went through the other day. Here it comes, over Tower Bridge, and then he ends up in a skip. John Wayne, stick to horses. Now, when we get to the top of the hill here, we get to the traffic lights and you'll have your usual suspects of going through the red lights from both sides. But the question I ask here is, you see up there by the traffic lights on the left-hand side, it says no right turn. And that's okay because I was going to go straight on, but obviously I can't because the road's closed. The good old British workforce again. Now, I do not want to go left because that takes me back towards Vauxhall. I've just come from that bloody direction. And obviously there was no signs telling me that this road was closed until just now. So over there across the road, you can see that there's a diversion sign to take me right or left. But there's also one up there by the lights that I've said that says there's no right turn for right. Which sign would you choose? Which sign would you go by? The one that says there's no right turn or the diversion that says you can go right? Obviously, because of the road closed, it makes no difference if I turn right. So I'm turning right. But what one would you have done? Answers on a postcard. Now in this clip, it's all about seeing the danger. But don't worry, they've got a lookout. There's someone there looking out for the pedestrians walking down the road here. Just in case they bump their head on that, they got a guy there that's looking out for people. I think he needs a pay rise. He's doing an outstanding job. Now in this next clip, we've got as far as Wimbledon. Now we are looking over to the right hand side, but we're also looking at the traffic lights to the left hand side that have got a green light now. And the cyclist. I think that was probably a red, but then they don't stop at them, do they? I've shown you that all day. Now in this clip, we are not looking at any driving. I'm just going to take you down memory lane. Behind us is Wandsworth. In front of us is Tooting. Over to the right is Wimbledon. And that's what we're focusing on, Wimbledon, to take you down memory lane. We're on Garrett's Lane. And I'm going to show you just how much this area has changed over the years. All them new builds over there to the right hand side. That is where Wimbledon Stadium was. It was the last London dog track. Had many a great night in there. Look, and I'm not even a betting man, but you have a great night out there, or you used to. It used to do stock car racing and banger racing in there as well, which was always a good laugh. But nowadays, Sadiq Khan will probably be wanting his ULEZ charge off of this lot. This is the view from above that we're driving next to all of that at the moment. They used to do Speedway in there as well. And on Sunday mornings, there used to be a market in there as well. We're not quite there yet. We'll go around this roundabout and I'll show you exactly where it was. And just there, just where all these new builds were, that was where the car park was. And further back was where the stadium was. And obviously it's all gone. Now, not only have they built flats there, in amongst all of that is AFC Wimbledon's football ground as well. They built a new football ground. You remember Wimbledon, the football gang, the crazy gang? Yeah, this mob who went from the bottom tier of football all the way up to the top and then famously beat Liverpool in an FA Cup final. Well, that was over the other side of here, and I'll show you that in a little while. There's Vinnie Jones, the actor, acting like a footballer. But what happened in later years, they took that club all the way up to Milton Keynes. I mean, that's a long way from here. So they've lost most of their fans. Most of their fans didn't go with them. Milton Keynes got themselves a decent-ish football team. And over here in Wimbledon, they actually started another team called AFC Wimbledon, which is almost in the same place as where the original Wimbledon stadium is. It's literally just down the road, and I will show you them both as we're going to be turning right at this mini roundabout here. And there's another famous thing over there on the left. Look, a Lidl. And I've just noticed something in the Lidl. They play in the same colours as Lidl, the blue and the yellow. Wimbledon. Maybe I should change my my team from Fulham to Lidl colours to Wimbledon. Yeah, the entrance to the stadium is just over there on the right-hand side. It's not a massive stadium, but it's big enough for them at the moment. And I'll just speed it up just a fraction here because we're just waiting in traffic. And just over there to the right-hand side, I will pause it. Just over there, there's your entrance to the AFC Wimbledon. There are other entrances just up here, just almost opposite the Lidl is another entrance up there. So if you're ever down this way, you can get in that way as well. And further down this road, which I will speed it up now, because we are coming to the end of this episode, I'm afraid. Not an hour long episode, this one. But further down the road here, to the right-hand side, was where the original Wimbledon was, the Crazy Gang. Their stadium was down there. That was also knocked down, and new builds were built there. And they all went off to Milton Keynes to create the team MK Dons. So, yeah, this is where the stadium used to be here. And just so you can get your bearings a little bit, we're roughly there-ish going that way. So yeah, that's where it used to be many years ago now. And this over here is where the bar used to be, more importantly. And it was cheap too, but then again, everything was cheap back in them days. Or a lot cheaper anyway, I wouldn't say cheap. But yeah, over to the right-hand side here, that's where the stadium used to be. Hopefully that's brought back a few memories for you, that you people that used to know that area and moved away and all that sort of stuff. So as we come to the end of the episode, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that commented on my London tour, the last episode. That really put a smile on my face, having so many good comments on that one. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.